This is Evil Eye's world, and we're all just living in it. But before we got here, there was round 2. There was a kick, a punch, and double fisting. After an episode of Okuden X Ida, and before that, there was a traumatizing NTR event. And now, you can bet your filthy, dirty bastard mouths that Jiji X Momo will follow suit to swing the NTR pendulum back the other way. But before we address the love and pain of Dandadan's romantic storytelling, as Momo keeps hinting to Okuden to take charge with a double helping of body heat boops. The one genius way Yuki Nobuta's wrote for Evil Eye and Jiji's character is the fact that Evil Eye finally gets to display his child side, or his inner child. Underneath the Evil Eye yokai is just a boy that wanted friends, and Jiji offered just that, with Okuden soon following suit. Just like how acrobatic Silky just wanted her daughter, Ida provided the outlet to eventually let her spirit cross over. It's going to be a long road before Evil Eye meets his satisfaction of living a real childhood and be able to move on beyond the afterlife. Tatsu writing Jiji to be stuck with Evil Eye gives Jiji real character development that he wouldn't have without it. Everything gets really weird when Evil Eye strips, because this is the logic of a child. All Evil Eye ever wanted was to play, so it makes sense when he turned into a yokai that it meshed playing with eating fools. We are now getting that crossover blend between a brutalized child that just wanted to live out his childhood with friends, that and an evil yokai. Evil Eye isn't necessarily the brightest yokai in the mountains, because he's actually just a traumatized little boy stuck in a realm of dummies. So in order to make logic with a child, you have to use child logic. And do you guys remember the logic behind Okuden's newfound power? Rhythm, as Okuden boogies his way from fist to face with more kicks, punches, and double fisting involved. Okuden is ready to climax by giving Jiji head. Okuden powers off, technically not being able to fight to the max, but has a plan up his sleeve because we are talking to a child here. So he strikes a deal with young Evil Eye that if he wants to fight someone strong like him, he himself is going to have to get stronger. I like how Turbo Baba was just on Okuden's shoulder this entire time. To strike a deal, you have to go beyond Scout's honor and pinky promises. You have to accept another man's panzer or leverage. That's right, if Evil Eye ever wants to cover his precious jingles again with his OG stank, Okuden, or more like Manjiro, must lock it away. Evil Eye seeing how strong Okuden is, and Okuden offering to essentially be his playmate on Tuesdays after school, and he's not allowed to yeet anyone except Okuden when they play. So this establishes who the real Evil Eye is, and so Okuden is just exploiting his inner child. With this deal being struck, Jiji is able to go back to living a more normal life and continuing to NTR Okuden in many other respects. How they gonna do our boy's boy like that? Having a neighborly alien boxer Kappa shrimp will do you wonders, as Yuki Nobuta's writes his way into conveniently building a new house with nanoskin made of ultra high density nano machines. Basically, you can use your brain signals and memory to use the nanoskin to help mold it like clay. This ability to imagine something forming is going to be kind of relevant for a certain mecha enthusiast. So I guess this is kind of like a foreshadowing of an ability. And would you look at that? Conveniently, the house is anew. Jiji's character is objectively set up to be perfect in many respects, from his looks and the fact that he is a spiritual genius. As both Babas put it, you can't have a guy appear to be too perfect, so you have to knock a character like him down a few pegs to give him something to overcome. Evil Eye basically nerfs his character in this aspect from the beginning by giving him challenges like what we seen when he NTR'd Okuda and almost yeeted the girl he likes. This gives him an added dimension that motivates him to be able to use his powers alongside Evil Eye in a hot and cold type of trope, but in a way where there isn't significant consequences. It's clear with Okuda's promise to fight Evil Eye every week on a Tuesday after school like a playmate. It gives Jiji and Evil Eye time to bond and eventually become real friends, which sets up for major payoffs down the line as both get stronger and both can get along sharing one body. Also, maybe he can find another way to have fun instead of yeeting fools. But basically this entire episode makes fun of that contradiction, as slice of life Evil Eye keeps joking not joking that he will butcher fools. So continuing to change the perception of how we view Evil Eye, he starts to acclimate to Jiji's slice of life with Momo's help. Even though he's super duper awkward, the most important thing is he's not actually trying to yeet anyone. And oh yeah, the gray area of NTR has come back to build upon this Jiji x Momo dynamic, as in Joji Jin just flat out ask Momo if she likes anyone. And this scene right here pretty much sums up much of the romantic confusion from Momo's angle. Let's hop into some NTR 101 basics, shall we? What Yuki Nobutatsu does here is exploit Momo's blind spots when it comes to romantic intelligence. It's a series of Momo not being able to fully disclose that she likes Okuda, and so Jiji and potentially other guy characters down the line get the wrong idea. It's also one of those things about girls that they tend to be oblivious to how their actions come off misconstrued and not realizing how they are being buttered up by other dudes, especially in front of the guy you actually like. Since this is a story and we are the audience, we unfortunately have to experience the NTR for Okuda when he's not there. To be fair, the anime turns down the NTR just a tad bit, but it still leaves Jiji the impression that he still has a chance for Momo. This is basically the crux of the NTR from Momo's character. She can't say outright she likes Okuda, so she beats around the bush that awkwardly comes off misinterpreted. This opens the door for Jiji and potentially other guy characters to make romantic advances on her, like how Aida does to Okuda. The biggest pain from a guy's perspective is Momo's obliviousness to Jiji and other guys' romantic pursuits. This entire romantic plot could end if Momo just said she liked Okuda and only Okuda. But no, the NTR must continue. Oh yeah, it's been a while since we actually cared about Okuda's golden balls. So well, the journey continues. So if you guys enjoy my commentary and perspective or not, hit the like button anyways, and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Check out my blog at otakusen.com, check out my previous videos on Dandadan and Freerun, and check out my second channel where I'm currently covering Sword of the Demon Hunter and the Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. And I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.